Hello, boys and girls. Mrs. Hoelscher here. Today I want to talk to you about genre. And genre is just a special word to tell you about the type of book you are reading. In my classroom, we like to think about whether a book is fiction or nonfiction. And from there, you can even categorize what kind of fiction and nonfiction book you are reading. By knowing the genre of your book, it will help you to better understand what you are reading and give you a purpose for reading. So let's get started. Boys and girls, I'm going to talk to you about a fun activity you can do to study genre. I took a regular piece of paper and I wrote fiction on one side and nonfiction on the other side. And I know that fiction stories are made up, and I know that nonfiction stories talk about real or true things. So I walked around the house and I found 8 books. And I put them into categories, whether I thought they were fiction or nonfiction. So let's first talk about my nonfiction stories. I found a book called Wild Cards, and it's about the St. Louis Cardinals. And I know that that book has true events and information about the World Series of 2011. That book belongs to my son. Then I found a book about electricity, a step-by-step guide. That one, I believe, is teaching you how to fix something that is broken electronically and how electricity works. So that one for sure I believe is nonfiction. Another book I found was called Cats. And in my story about cats, I was looking at it. There are real pictures of cats and facts about cats. So I know that that story is also nonfiction. Then I found a book that my husband owns, and it has information about John Deere tractors. So, John Deere tractors are real. It's telling me facts about John Deere tractors, so that too is a nonfiction text. So the books I found were about the Cardinals, electricity, cats, and of course John Deere tractors. Those are all nonfiction. Now let's look at the books that I found that were fiction. I found the book I've been reading this week, Junie B., First Grade at Last. And that's a pretend story that Barbara Parks wrote about a girl named Junie B. I really like her stories. They're somewhat realistic because there could be a girl in the first grade, so that one would be realistic fiction. I found one of my son's books called Summer Ball, and I believe that is realistic fiction as well, because I know there is a boy that could play ball, and it's a story made up about a ball player. I found the story Clifford. Now, Clifford is a fiction story for sure. I've never seen a big red dog. So this one is not realistic fiction. It's more like a fantasy or a made-up story. Another book I found by Roald Dahl is The BFG. That too, I know is a fiction story. It is made up to entertain. So those are all the books I found, realistic or not realistic fiction, at my house. Now, I challenge you to make a sign, fiction and nonfiction. Walk around your house and find 8 types of articles or books. And I want you to see if you think they are fiction or nonfiction. Happy reading and have a great day.